foremost, like I said, thank you so much for joining us. And well, everybody's talking about it. They're talking about foreign truck drivers being violently attacked, some actually coming out and they're claiming to be victims of these attacks. And of course, everybody is seeing them to be xenophobic attacks. And I did listen to one of your interviews, and you did speak about them not being centered on xenophobia, but on them being centered on prioritizing locals, that is South Africans, when it comes to employment opportunities. So maybe let's start from there.
All right. Let me greet you once more and all your viewers. Talu, we cannot deny that recently there has been attacks on the truck drivers in South Africa. And that is not actually related to what we call xenophobia, because most of the truck drivers that were actually caught up in the middle of this whole scenario were mostly the South Africans. And I can attest to you that there is actually propaganda that is actually being spread by our foreign counterparts, our trade unions from outside our country, that are saying we have attacked people from outside the country, and they're even stipulating wrong numbers to say people have been killed in South Africa. And I'm here for you to ask me those questions. Even on this on the recent incident that happened, there was no person who was killed. Yes, we have seen that people were almost injured and stuff like that, but it was basically from the South African side. Yes, we are actually here prioritizing, we are actually advocating for our jobs in South Africa, because you can understand that we are sitting at a very high unemployment rate in our country of about 30.8%. You can imagine that. That is a very, very high number. And it is not like South Africa is not producing jobs. There are jobs in South Africa. But the main problem that we currently have, as South Africa as a capitalist state, we see the employers giving first preference to the foreigners.
I have to ask you just there. I have to ask you just there,
Yes.
why would they consider giving first priority to foreigners? Is it a matter of, how much effort these foreigners put in when it comes to work ethics, if I have to ask? Why would they prefer them to the locals?
It is simply for the purposes of exploitation and for the purposes of cheap labor. Our South African employers, they are more dependent on making thousands and thousands of profits. So they know that with South Africans, it is very much difficult for them to actually not comply with the law, because we are confrontational. We've got the rights, even the rights to strike in our country. That is our constitutional right. So we cannot say it is due to the a matter of expertise that the foreigners are bringing into our country. I mean, most of them, they have learned jobs here in South Africa. They have been doing jobs here in South Africa. We have been driving trucks here in South Africa. You understand?
Yes.
And I can tell you that most of the Southern region trucks are actually outdated to what we currently have in the country as the South Africans. So we cannot be told that we don't have necessary skills to drive those trucks. We do drive those trucks. Our fathers have been driving the trucks even long time before we were even born. It is not about the skill, but it is about exploitation. It is about exploiting our fellow foreign brothers in the country. As I am saying, we are not being xenophobic. But as citizens of the country, we are worried. We are worried with the number of the unemployment that we are facing currently in the country, whereas there are jobs that are being produced on a daily basis in the country. You understand?
All right, Mr. Mofokeng, now that you've spoken about it, just to clarify, you're saying there's a lot of propaganda because we have articles, we have videos of, say, victims who are claiming some of them were burnt. They had petrol bombs thrown at them whilst they were in their trucks. Others are saying they were pinned down with guns, being told to step out of their trucks. Is that still falling under the propaganda that you speak of?
Yes, I'm still maintaining it. It is
Oh.
still falling under the propaganda that I'm talking about. There have not been a single person who have been banned in South Africa inside the truck. I am telling you, that is propaganda. If it happened somewhere. But we know how media is actually operating. They are bringing these things here because it is currently brewing in our countries. Now they are taking them from where they have taken them, they're bringing it here. Just like last time, there was the rumors that more than 200 truck drivers were killed. How on earth can we do that? We are also human beings. We are also coming to your countries. I myself have been in Zambia. I've been in Lusaka doing the same laws that these other drivers are doing. So I'm still maintaining that it is actually propaganda. We cannot run away from the fact that violence does erupt from time to time in our country. But mostly, I can tell you, it becomes not a confrontation to the drivers. These people are only seeking for the cargo. They are only seeking to actually get onto the vehicles, not to human beings. We are also human beings. These people are also our brothers.
All right.
Yes.
So I have to ask, you started a movement, the All Truck Drivers Forum in Allied South Africa, and also the South Africans First. What is that movement doing? What does that movement mean?
All right, I will talk about my movement. My movement being the South African National Cargo Transport Drivers Association. Yes, we are allied with the South African First. South African First is a political party that is advocating for the South Africans first. We saying South Africans need to benefit in their own country. But we have seen recently that the employers or the government of South Africa does not actually prioritize its own citizens, like Zambia, like Zimbabwe, like Botswana. They don't do that. They only concern with making, actually enriching themselves, their families and friends. Yes, they are more concerned about corruption. So as South African First and as Sankadra, what we want to do or what we want to achieve, we want to to make sure that each and every, we create equal opportunities for all the South Africans. Yes, that is what we are actually standing for as the labor movement and as the political party, more on the labor environment. As Sankadra, that is our organization. We are advocating more for compliance because we believe that the efforts that we are putting in creating the economy for the country and for our employers, the same return that we need to get as the employees. It cannot be that you work so much and then you earn so little. What we need to see happening here, we want to see our own people lives being improved. That is what we call economical development. We want our people to also be developed economically. Let them work and earn what they need to earn. They need to earn better living wages. That is what we are fighting for.
All right. So other than South Africans First, who else is championing this movement with you? Who is supporting the movement with you?
Okay. The ATDF ASA is also championing this.
Okay.
Yes, they are our sister organization. We do from time to time hold meetings, we do plan together, we do strategize together with them. Yes, there are also the truck drivers movement.
So when it comes to
Yes.
foreign truck drivers, is there a way to dialogue with them? Because this has to come to an end. Because also, I believe there's going to be some people who might masquerade and have other intentions and maybe going ahead doing these bad acts of throwing petrol bombs and, trying to get rid of the foreign truck drivers. Could it be possible that there are people who are not from your association who are still going on, maybe using your name, using the association's name to do these bad things?
Yeah, there are elements of crime each and everywhere, actually, even around the country. There are those people who, from time to time, will take advantage of such situation. But as the Sankatra, and together with our sister organization, we have actually distanced ourselves from what is currently happening, and to even our authorities, our government officials, we did mention to them that we are actually distancing ourselves. But what we do from now, as you have seen last week, we organized a peaceful protected strike that was going to the bargaining council. Yeah, we were sending a message in a peaceful way, in a legal way, so that should there be anything, should there be elements of crime, then they can come to us and we can account for what we have done. But outside of that, we cannot actually take the blame. We cannot take the responsibility when the outside forces are taking advantage of such a situation. But we are saying that South Africa, as being a constitutional country and a democratic country, if somebody is caught up in the activities of crime, people should be apprehended. If they are our members, they should be apprehended and they should come and act. That is actually our undertaking from Sankatra side, even as from ATDF side. Say we are totally distancing ourselves criminals. We are also condemning weaponing, because we believe that things or issues can be resolved amicably around the table or through a dialogue between the parties that are involved.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Mofokeng. I do hope that your movement reaps the results you are seeking.
We thank you very much, even for your time as well, for the interview. We thank you. And we promise the whole world that we will make sure that we come to the peacefully and no lives will be lost, as we are also embracing the protections of life. I thank you.